Hi, everybody. I wanted to start talking to you about this book. It's called The Everything Dating Book. Features online dating. This is the second edition. Meeting new people and find your perfect match. It's by Allison Blackham Dunham. And so what I'm going to do is go through chapter one. I underlined some things that I thought were significant. There's more information in the chapter, but this will give you a clue of what the chapter is about. So chapter one is called Getting Started. It says, when you embark on any journey, it helps to know what the final destination will be, especially if you'd like to get there with as little stress as possible. The same is true of your dating experience. The first part of the chapter is called What is Dating? It's one of the subheadings. It says, for purposes of this book, dating begins the moment you decide that you want to find a romantic relationship with someone, followed by the process of identifying that person. However, it is the specific activities that you undertake to find people and the process of getting to know them with the goal of making a romantic connection with one of or more of them that make up most people's definition of dating. For many, dating is a mixed blessing. She says there's anticipation and suspense. Um, Maybe you can find a mutual general attraction. There's fun and perhaps romance. It says, however exciting and fun dating can be, it is also a process of personal selection. You are judging others and they are judging you. You can't select everyone you meet as your special partner, so dating is also an activity of elimination, moving on from those you aren't interested in and who aren't interested in you, as well as selection, finding mutual interest. It says uncertainty, disappointment, frustration, and sometimes sadness can also be part of the dating process. Dating gives you the opportunity to experience your options until you find that person. She gives something in her chapter called an alert. I'm going to read that to you. Perhaps you are familiar with this scenario. Your mother is nagging you for grandchildren before she gets too old, and your friends have all paired up and are pushing you to do the same thing before you get too old. Watch out. It's very important that you don't try to please the people you love at the expense of your own happiness. This is your life, and no one knows what you want from a relationship better than you do. Okay, going on into the paragraphs. Some things I underline for you. Although the formality of a parent's choice still exists in certain cultures, today's singles are most expected and required to find their own partners. For instance, we have the internet, which allows singles 24-hour access to possible partners they ordinarily might never meet in their daily lives. When you're single and looking to date, you should start with a clear vision of what you want, who you want, and why. After you've gone through these thought-provoking exercises, you will want to take action, actually go out and meet new people, make connections with one or more, and get to know them through dating activities. Modern dating requires time and effort. For some, dating is best described as an experience to endure until you meet someone to take you out of the meat market. So meat is MEET. Okay, this section is called Evaluate Your Motives. The first step in successful dating is to figure out what you want out of the experience. Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking to get married, eventually have children? Or are you looking to just fill a void in your life? Everyone has a different reason for dating and a different end goal. Whatever your reasons are, being clear about what you want and why is the key to feeling satisfied with the result of your new journey. It goes on to talk about divorce is also significantly changing the single scene. Talks about how a lot of people have been divorced and they're recovering from divorce and they're getting back into dating. So you have to realize that you might be getting involved with people who were already in like serious relationships and now they're coming back. So they're bringing all that experience with them. It says most people will pair up again when they begin to think about finding a new partner and start going out again. They are dealing with new issues such as the emotional well-being of their children, who makes more income, and therefore who pays, the blending of family and friends, and safeguarding financial and material assets. Essential. This is something she has in her chapter. Dating no longer requires marriage as the only acceptable end goal. Today's couples do not necessarily expect to marry until they are more established in their lives and careers. Dating can be solely for self-exploration and companionship at any age. There is no need to rush. Okay, this section is called Your Commitment Level. How serious do you want your relationship to be? Are you really ready for a new love, or do you want to dip your toe into the singles pool and see if you want to dive in? Relationships can be made at any age and for as many reasons as there are stars in the universe. It's not always an easy task to decide what you really want, but it's the key to your happiness and success. Are you seeking marriage or just romance, or perhaps just a supportive friendship? You may decide that you'd rather not meet anyone for a serious relationship at the moment, or that you would like to have a romantic relationship but want to remain single. The final choice of commitment level is up to you, but it takes honesty, information, courage, and confidence to know what you've chosen is best for you. Okay, fact. If you're not sure what type of relationship you want, it helps to talk to friends, family, and trusted mentors. You might consider attending relationships-oriented self-discovery seminars, or perhaps consulting an online advisor or an in-person therapist or professional counselor. Even if you've never kept a journal and don't think you're a talented writer, you'll want to document your feelings, thoughts, and desires on your dating journey. No matter how you document it, writing down your thoughts, goals, and feelings, and then keeping notes on the people you meet is a great way to remember all sorts of reactions and details about someone your brain might not retain. As you read through your notes, you will begin to see significant patterns in the types of people you select and how you date. Documenting your dating journey can also be a great way to relieve stress and frustration. Even if you think you're ready to date, there is one more test you should try. Consider the following lists of A and B statements. After reading the two lists, decide which list you identify with more or acknowledge that you identify with half of each list. So she gives an A list and a B list. I'm going to read the A statements to you. A statements. I can't wait to share my life with someone. I enjoy my life as it is, but being in a couple would make it even better. I am willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to find true love. I am flexible and open-minded about relationships. I'm looking forward to the challenges of being part of a couple. I am willing to risk rejection and negative feelings to find love. If I don't find someone right now, that's fine. I will just keep looking. B statement. I can't wait to be a mom or dad. I do not want to die alone. I doubt I will find someone, and I am afraid of rejection. I can't wait to find someone so my parents will stop bugging me. I am unsure about my sexual preference. I am set in my ways and in my requirements. I couldn't choose a good match if I stood up and waved in my face. She says if you identify more with the A statements, you're probably ready for that new relationship and willing to do what it takes to make it work. If the B statements are more in tune with your feelings, you may want to reconsider a love search as the best thing for you right now. If you have a mix of both A and B, chances are you have some mixed feelings. In this case, you'll definitely want to take a very close look at your past relationships to help sort out some of these feelings. Okay, she has a note in here that says essential. Keeping notes about your dating journey and the people you meet is essential to your success, and it makes for fascinating reading later on. Just remember that if you want your notes to be private, keep them that way. You might consider keeping your notes hidden or even using initials instead of the full names of those you write about. If you decided to go ahead and start the dating journey, you will need a few tricks to keep yourself motivated when times get tough. Complete the following sentences and keep them for future reference. In times of doubt, you can reread your reasons for dating and reaffirm your goals. So here's some sentences that she says you should read. The things I'm most excited about in starting a relationship are. The things I'm most apprehensive about in starting a new relationship are, because we know apprehensive means afraid of or fearful of. The aspects of dating that are easiest for me are. The aspects of dating I find the most challenging are. The things I like most about being single are. The things I like least about being single are. The things I like most about being part of a couple are. The things I like least about being part of a couple are. How do you get the information, courage, and confidence to make great decisions? Reflecting upon your past and identifying patterns from past relationships is a great way to start. Not only will you determine what you want for today, what you learn about yourself will be invaluable for your dating journey. So this next section is called Your Past, Your Key to a Great Future. Imagine what a time saver it would be if you could spend just a little time with someone and quickly know if she has what it takes to make a great relationship with you. The key lies in your past relationships. Take a trip down memory lane, starting with your first date. Write down the name of the person who first asked you out. How did you meet? What was this person like? What initially attracted you to each other? What did you do on your first date? Was it a good experience? Did you see each other again? Why or why not? What things did you particularly like or dislike about this person? How did your relationship end and why? If you have never been on a date in your life, were there any people you might have dated? Who were they and why didn't you ever make a connection with them? Alert. Here's something she has. It's called alert. If you don't consider yourself, if you don't consider your past dating history seriously, you may be condemned to repeat it. Be honest about your experiences and learn from them. No one ever needs to know your results, and I'm the only one who can judge you as you. Now go through all your past significant romantic relationships, and for each of them, write down the answers to these questions. If you haven't had any significant relationships, write down the names and particulars of people you have dated a few times, or had a crush on, or were attracted to, and what happened to your relationship with these people. Okay, this next section is called your relationship history. Your tastes may have changed over time, but your basic personality and the types of people who attract you and whom you attract are probably the same. Perhaps all of your partners were emotionally needy. Perhaps many were adventurous. Did most of your past partners have a good sense of humor or a positive, upbeat outlook? Do you see a history of physical abuse, verbal abuse, and constant fighting? Were many of them unable to commit or unavailable? Essential. If you do an assessment of your past relationships, you'll get a snapshot of not only the physical types you're most attracted to, but also positive and negatives, both yours and your potential partners, that you should look for when you meet new people. These will most likely indicate success or failure in your relationship with them. Go back through your notes and select the top 6 assets, those you absolutely require from a partner, and the top 6 liabilities, things that you will never accept in a partner, and note those. Try to determine what assets and liabilities you bring to a relationship that seem to be most valuable or rejected by others. Okay, this next section says their histories matter too. Most of the people you meet will have had experience with past relationships and love. Learning about their past relationships can help you figure out whether someone will be a good match for you. Alert. Not everyone is forthcoming with personal information. You don't have to give your date an interrogation worthy of the FBI. Gently directed questions and chatting will keep the conversation and the information flowing and will help you both identify red flags that could make or break a relationship. When you go on your first initial date, it is acceptable to ask a few questions about your date's past. Things to work into the conversation might include: have you had many serious relationships? How long did these relationships generally last? Have you been married, divorced? How long has it been since you were separated from your ex? What do you want from a relationship now? A good general question to ask is, what's most important to you? Is it career, family, religion, politics, money? Be an astute listener and read between the lines for clues to your date's assets and liabilities. Does it appear that your date only blames other partners and personally takes none of the blame for things not working out in the past? Look at things like: were there substance abuse, physical abuse, criminal record, bankruptcy, mental or physical health problems, inability to keep a job, rocky family relationships, or sexual perversions? Essential. You don't have to delve too deeply on date one, but both you and your date should exchange information about significant aspects of your lives. For instance, don't try to keep it hidden that you have children or that you're not yet legally separated from your ex. Anyone who isn't interested in a relationship based on this information isn't the right person for you. When you're dishonest with a date, the only person you deceive is yourself. If you realize that your date has qualities that you absolutely do not want and cannot accept in a potential partner, there's no point in continuing to date him or her. Obviously, for example, if you love babies and animals and can't imagine a life without a house full of both, and your date says that he hates kids and loathes animals, chances of a happy long-term relationship with this person are pretty low. The warnings you ignore will come back to haunt you later on, guaranteed. Let me repeat that. The warnings you ignore will come back to haunt you later on, guaranteed. On the plus side, there is a nearly infinite selection of great people out there in a huge range of styles and characteristics. Being flexible is the key to dating success. Success. Being flexible is the key to dating success. No one can meet all of your requirements, but you'll know when you found someone who fits enough of them. So that was just a quick review of Chapter 1. This book is called The Everything Dating Book. It's by Alison Dunham. Please, if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and also leave a comment for me about your dating experience or dating tip that could help someone out. And I'll be back soon with Chapter 2. Thank you.